I don't want it to just look good on camera. I want for people to look me in my face in public and be like, your makeup is eating down, like, be for real. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Simone Nicole here, back at it again with yet another video. And today's video is going to be a detailed full face of makeup routine. This is like my signature soft glam look. I've gotten requested to do this so many times across all of my socials. So if you've ever watched one of my get ready with me's, my makeup videos, and you've ever questioned about a step, that is going to be fully explained in this video. I will have timestamps down below, so if you're interested in a particular part of my routine, you can skip to that timestamp. Also, every single product that I use in this video will be linked down below. So if you would like to see how I achieve that, then just keep watching. Okay, hello everybody. Let's start with the brows. I'm a person that starts my makeup routine with my brows. I don't know about you. It's so interesting watching people do their makeup routines because everyone does it so differently. Because when I see people do their brows like after their eyes, foundation, everything is done, I'm just like, huh? I also get comments saying like, I'm just so confused. I don't really know where to start as far as makeup goes. Like, what order do you go in? And honestly, it's whatever order works for you. Because of the products I'm about to talk about, it doesn't make sense for anything else to go first because the main product that I use to do my brows is super duper sticky. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people either love my brows or hate my brows. And I truly don't care because I Now, I haven't got my brows done in a while, and I know I'm pretty close up today, so don't be looking too hard. The product that I use for my brows is the Refi Brow Sculpt. I love this stuff. I've gone through so many of these. The only thing, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is gonna seem a little high maintenance for all the products that I'm about to use. I use 4 different products for my brows. So I'm gonna use the Glossier Boy Brow first in the shade Black, because I need to offset the formula of the Refi Brow Sculpt. I literally love everything about the brow sculpt except for the fact that I wish it was tinted. So Refi, if you ever see this, can you please come out with a tinted version of your brow sculpt, because then I would literally never stop using it. Then, sorry, I can't have my mirror right in front of me, otherwise it would be in the camera view. So that's why I'm looking over here. I go in with a good amount. It's kind of a high maintenance one. I just haven't found anything that works better. So once the product is in there, I look crazy. We're gonna let it sit in there for a while, and then I'm gonna take the back of this same brow sculpt. So sorry, I'm gonna have to hold this in front of my face because I really need to see what I'm doing. I'm gonna take the skinny side, like with the teeth, and I am going to like brush my hairs up, but then press the other side of the brush firmly up against my brows too, so that I'm combing them out and sticking them to my face. They look very much laminated, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Now, I always have like a little paper towel in front of me. I'm gonna use that to remove the excess product from around my brows, so that when our foundation goes on, it can go on smooth. Which is exactly why I say I don't understand how people do their brows after their foundation. Like, oh, faithful, the Glossier Brow Flick in shade Black. I literally go through and just make hair-like strokes, especially on that tail, because my tail's kind of weak over here. On the innermost brow, I like make sure to make really small flicks. On the outer ends, I make sure to go in the direction that I laid them down. And then at the front part of my brow, I like to go straight up with a really light hand. So that is the foundation for the brows. Now, for the thing that I will never stop buying, for the OG YouTube girls, it is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW50. This is the only thing I use on my brows. And then I'm gonna take this Morphe M432, which is just a flat brush. I literally feel like I'm in my like 2015 YouTube era bag right now. And I just take a little bit of concealer, and I am just going to go in and define the brow. And that's what's really gonna perfect it. And more importantly, I do not go over the top with this concealer. Then I'm gonna take whatever is left of the concealer, and I'm gonna take my Morphe M173 brush. It's just a dense, I guess you could call it a concealer brush, but I like to take it over the eye just to even everything out and serve as a base for whatever eye look I'm gonna do. Okay, boom, beautiful base. Okay, so update. I just filmed myself doing this. I mean, I didn't do much, but doing my eyes, and realized I wasn't recording any audio for that clip. So I'll just explain what I did. I love the, it's crazy because you can barely even see the name of it anymore. I use the Wild Child palette by ColourPop, and I like to use the colors Hard to Get and Feisty, and I mix those two. And then if I want to deepen it up a little more, I'll take the Juvia's Place Warrior palette and I'll use this color Mone because it's really deep. I was saying that I'm gonna dip into Mone because I was blending out Feisty before I realized that I wasn't recording audio. And I am gonna add that to deepen that up. Hopefully y'all can tell. If I was doing like a date night or like something where I wanted to look more like sultry, sexy, cat-eye, I'm gonna extend this out a little more. Y'all can see that I've already started to do that. But if I was like, it was more daytime, it was more casual, then I would round all of this out and I wouldn't be bringing her out. Now I'm just gonna use a flat brush and I'm gonna use the shade Hard to Get, and I'm just gonna literally put nothing but just a little bit of shadow there, just in case my concealer wants to crease there. One thing about me, I gotta do eyeliner. I gotta do black eyeliner and I'm gonna do a wing liner. And my favorite eyeliner of all time, who's surprised, is the One Size eyeliner. I've had this for like over a year and she's still going strong. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm gonna keep my wing kinda little. People often compliment me too on like how much I have my wing down. I think I have it down pretty good because I do them like almost every single time I do my makeup. But also, if you're not super good at wings, that's what we have concealer for. And we're gonna go in and clean it up. So I'm actually not like super precise because I know that I can clean it up with concealer. And it also helps me to elongate that eye look as well. That's what I personally like in my makeup, is to just bring everything like up and lifted. Doing this literally brings me so much nostalgia because makeup was my first love, and it was like the reason why I wanted to start my channel. Because my first video ever was actually a makeup tutorial. You would think it's hair. I love just a simple neutral brown eye with like it just snatched all the way back. Ugh. Let's do mascara. I've actually been using this mascara from City Beauty, which I got in PR. I had never heard of City Beauty before, but I actually keep pulling this mascara. It is their volumizing treatment. They look really good. Like if I kept on building up mascara, I could just wear my natural lashes, but we're gonna add a lash. Lately, I have been enjoying these Flirtatious Invisible Band lashes from Lily Lashes. That was last lash I wore. And my favorite glue of all time is the Duo Lash Glue. And once the lashes are on with these ones, these would be literally perfect if they just curled up a little more. And then these would eat, because for me, these are a little too straight. So while the glue is still drying, I'll like force the ends of them up. Yes, yes. Do we see the effect that that's giving? Like it's a very cat like lash. Eyes are done. Nice, simple, cool. Now let's get into my favorite part, which is complexion. So I only have the travel size of this, but one of my favorite primers of all time is the Smashbox Primerizer, because it's a moisturizer and a primer. I feel like a lot of people be like, primers don't do anything. I firmly believe that primers do something, because I notice a difference when I use my favorite primers and when I don't. If I know I'm gonna be like out all night, I love to use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm just gonna do a little pump of this. I'm gonna focus this specifically in the places where my makeup like starts to lift and it starts to get a little questionable, which is all in this area. I have a very, very sweaty nose, and I don't know where you live, but it's still hot here in Atlanta and it's gonna be hot for a minute. One of the first things I like to do is take my Fenty powder, the loose setting powder, and I am going to take a little triangle sponge, and I am going to hit my nose on bare skin, because what this is gonna do is stop my nose from sweating. Doing this not only prevents sweating, but you see the way that my skin is starting to look like airbrushed, like it's starting to look like my nose is fading into my face. That is perfect, because it's going to provide us the perfect foundation to lay everything else on top of. So I actually just posted about this foundation combo on my TikTok. If you're not following me over there, make sure you go follow me. I have just discovered a foundation combination that I love. It is the Fenty Eavesdrops, just in two different forms. One is in the liquid, one is in the stick. I am in between shades for both, or maybe they've cut, because you know Fenty is good for coming out with a shade range and then literally coming out with like 12 more shades right after that. The Eavesdrops, as you guys can see, it's a little too dark for me. This is more like a bronzer shade for me. And then the Eavesdrops, just a little too light for me. You see? So, of course, I thought I should blend them together. And it was literally the brightest idea I have ever come up with in my pretty little head. This is my favorite foundation formula of Fenty's. Then I'm gonna take just a flat top foundation brush and I'm going to do the swirl. I swear Monet got me doing these swirls, but you can diffuse out your foundation whatever way you want. Do y'all see the way the skin looks like skin? Don't get me wrong, I love when the girls put on. I love glam. I love a face that literally looks like you have on the beat down face into the ground. Me personally, I like for my skin to look like skin, but it's not. So I'm a big cream girly and I like to do all of my creams before I do any powders. First, we are going to do liquid blush. This is the Juvia's Place liquid blush in the shade Perky Poppy. So little goes such a long way. So I'm literally gonna go boop, boop. I'm gonna add a little more. And I wanted to put this on first so that I could be as messy as I wanted with it and it wouldn't matter. Next, I'm gonna go in with my contour shade, which is this Milk Sculpting Stick in the shade Sizzle. This little thing is tiny but mighty. You truly don't need much. Boom. And I'm gonna blend it out with this Real Techniques brush that has, like, I've had it for so long, I don't even know what style this is. It's narrow, and that's what I like about it. It really just keeps the product exactly where I need it to be without distributing it out. Absolutely. And then if I feel like I need to give myself a little more, I'll either take my Fenty contour stick in the shade Caviar or my LYS contour stick in the shade Worthy. It's a little warmer. Add her. And it's a lot more hydrating than the Fenty one. Then I like to go into my concealer. I'm gonna use my favorite concealer of all time, which is the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer in the shade 149. I can't find this shade in store. I can only find it on Amazon, and I have it on like repeat fulfillment. Like I think I get a new one like every 4 months or so. And then just like with my eyeshadow, I like to extend my concealer back because again, we're trying to lift everything and pull everything up. Then just to add a little bit of dimension and a little bit more brightness underneath the eye, I'm gonna go in with this Lancome Teint Idole concealer in the shade 470. And I'm just gonna do this right in the corner of my eye, I guess, and a little bit everywhere else. I would like to complain about the comments that I get around my powders, my under eye being too light. And I actually addressed it and literally said verbatim, it is not that what I'm using is too light or too much. It is when I am using my travel light, it's not meant to be a studio light. Like it's pretty harsh and it just serves to brighten me up. Like it just makes me look lighter. So it makes everything that I do also look lighter. And when I explained that to people, they were still going on like, no, she just uses a concealer shade that's 5 times lighter than her. And I'm like, can we be so for real? And then I was like, it's crazy because you say like, no, she just is using a concealer that's entirely too light for her. But then when you see my makeup, the same makeup that I just did, and then I do my Get Dressed With Me's, no one ever says anything about how my makeup looks too harsh. And it's because the light is back further, it's diffused more, so my makeup looks normal. It's just, I think that comment in particular really bothers me because if you guys watched my journey to self-confidence video, then you'll know that it was really hard for me to accept my dark skin growing up. Like that was tough. And then also the big fat microaggression of trying to shop for makeup as I got older and them not having my shade in the store, to not only like have to grow and being comfortable in my skin, but then to also like all the time be shopping and be slapped in the face with the fact that these people don't even want to make shades in my skin tone. So when people comment and basically say that I'm doing my makeup to look lighter, it's very triggering. I really hate it. Sorry, let me show you my powders so I can keep moving. So the first setting powder that I'm gonna go in with is the One Size powder in the shade Deep Dark. I'm gonna take my sponge and I am going to use a fair amount to set everywhere where you just put that concealer. But yeah, it does irritate me when I get those comments because it's like it feels like a how dare you. Like it feels like a you don't know me, you don't know my story, and to make the assumption that I want to be lighter because I don't have good lighting. You saw one video and then you just are so comfortable telling me that I'm not comfortable in my skin, I want to be lighter. I went on to talk about another comment that I get often that bothers me, but not in a very condensed way, so I'll just say it here, is the whole idea of me not needing makeup anyways. But I really resent that because, one, I didn't know that we were still having the conversation about who needed versus doesn't need makeup, and two, it's a backhanded comment, even though I know that people don't mean it to be, because on the other side of that, who are you saying does need makeup? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just very annoying to me. I'm gonna finish that thought, but I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier translucent blurring powder, and I'm gonna use that to set a little further down here, but with my puff. I think that when people are saying it, they think that they're like empowering me to like let go of the shackles of makeup. YouTube Shorts just feels like, don't understand how this assumption is still going on that if you wear makeup, it means that you don't love yourself without makeup. I did not know we were still having these conversations, like genuinely. At the end of the day, makeup is makeup. Makeup is fun. Makeup is a form of self-expression. Y'all, I did it again and wasn't recording my audio. Daggone it. I'm gonna go in with my Mydas Cosmetics X Neon MUA palette, and this is the Midnight palette, and it's specifically for deep dark skin, and he ate this up. And I like to take this to go over everything. Honestly, when I'm doing a full beat like this, my liquid blush can get a little like lost in the sauce, but that's okay. I just need to explore a little bit more because I really want for my blush to like peek through. Then I'm gonna take my Juvia's Place bronze palette, and I'm gonna take this shade at the top because the bronzer isn't quite dark enough for me on the bottom. So I like to take this top shade and like a tapered fluffy brush, and I will use that to kind of like melt between the highlight under my eye and my foundation color. And it is such a good like segue between those two. I just look so good. I'm sorry, the face is eating. And then I'll use that to go over the highlights in the middle of my face as well. Then the last step for under my eyes is this LYS powder in the shade Deep Dark. This is obviously not deep dark, but I like to take my powder puff and I like to get right underneath my eye and just press this in because it gives the most flawless finish. Because we're going for like, your face looks perfect. Like up close, your face looks perfect. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to just look good on camera. I want for people to look me in my face in public and be like, your makeup is eating down, like be for real. Then I like to underpaint with this mirrored foundation stick just so that my contour doesn't get lost in my foundation. And then to make sure that that line isn't too harsh, I'll take my same foundation brush and blend that in. I love it, I love it, I love it. One of our last steps is going to be blush. We're gonna take the Sahara palette from Juvia's Place. This is the volume 1 palette. I don't even know if they sell this anymore, which is good because I just rebought this. And what I usually like to do is take the shade Neo and the shade Toby and blend those two together. Do y'all see the way that like blush just truly brings a face together? And then the last step is just gonna be to put a little bit of eyeliner in the waterline and a little bit of mascara. Me, small flex. I'm like, I just got this in PR from like Fenty Beauty because I am so happy, so flattered. So even though this is pretty dull, I don't really care because it's a really dark brown and I just got it. So let's try it because I like a dark brown in my waterline instead of a black. If you want to do like a sexy, sultry kind of a thing, then definitely do black, but I like to do dark brown. Perfect, because it got a little underneath the waterline, which is great. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the eyeshadow from earlier and a flat brush and just blend that out even more. Then I'm gonna take that same mascara and do my bottom lashes. Last step we're gonna do is setting sprays. My favorite makeup setting spray is the Milani Make It Last in the original formula. We're gonna do that all over the face just to like melt everything in. And I like to take my beauty blender and just press that in. And then I forgot to add a little color back to my nose. So I'm gonna take that same eyeshadow color we've been using and just use it to pull my nose out of my face a little bit because it can get a little lost with all the concealer and powder. Smallest difference, but you can see the nose again. Then last step is the impenetrable. If you need your makeup to not move, it is going to be the One Size On Till Dawn setting spray. And you gotta hold your breath with this one because it literally is like hairspray. Hoo-wee. Girl, I was about to say that we're done because the one thing I'ma always forget is my lips. And it's crazy because lips is like everyone else's favorite part, but I can honestly do a full face and not touch my lips. It's crazy. This is gonna be no surprise. If you're not a stranger to my page, then you know that this is like my favorite brown of all time. It is the Nima Tang X Dose of Colors collab that she did. This is the liquid lipstick. I also have the lip liner, but because you can only buy it in the set and all products are the exact same color, I tend to just use the liquid lipstick as my lip liner. Then we're gonna use the Nude Stix. Girl, I don't even know what this product is called. I've been using it for years, literally since like 2016, I wanna say I found this shade, and I will never let her go. It's in the shade Greystone. It lasts so long, and it is the perfect nude for me. Because the lines can get a little harsh between those, I like to take my lip bar lip liner in the shade Straight Facts, and I like to soften up the transition between the two. And that is my favorite way to do my new lips. Sometimes I will add a gloss, but this combo is really comfortable to wear, and I like things that are more long wear, so I just like to leave it like this. That is the finished look. Let me change out my camera lens so that we can do the outro, and that'll be it. And that is gonna bring us to the end of this video. I hope that you guys loved it. Let me know if you've used any of the same products that I use in my routine, or if I've inspired you to try something new. We look so pretty itty. I'm so sad that I'm about to literally take all this off and go to sleep. But I mean, I do my makeup like this all the time, so I'm really not missing anything. Next week's video is actually going to be a girl advice / like girl talk kind of a thing. So if you would like to submit any questions to me, I'm gonna have a Google Doc linked down in my description box. So if you want to submit any anonymous questions to me, then you can just submit it on that Google Doc, and I will be answering those questions and giving a little bit of unsolicited advice, but is solicited because you literally asked me to, on any situation that you have going on right now. And we're just gonna have a good old time with the girls next week. Anyways, I'll see you guys super duper soon next week for our girl chat. Bye guys.